Warming up. Let's see. It looks like we're live. We're live. Yes. Okay. So while we're waiting for confirmation of that, make sure that we are live and all that kind of stuff out there. Just let us know if there's any problems with the audio or anything like that while we're going on here. I am here in the van, so shout out to the van, which is known as Morgan, if anyone cares to know. That's the name. You have to name your van. So this one is called Morgan. That's the name of it. If you want to know where that comes from, we'll get into it later. Oh, wait, hold on. I've got something playing in my ear here. Or is that someone else that's audio? Is that someone else's audio coming through?
Hope
So
that's not me.
no, that's not. No, it was me. So listen. So what the thing I want to remind everyone is go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list. Very important thing to do here to help us here on the channel. You can find lots of ways to support us if you look around the website. I don't have any patches to show you guys right now because those are not at arm's reach, but we've got patches on there. If you buy patches, there's a sticker that Lola's giving away, Lola, or you could buy the sticker, however you want to do it. Lots of ways to support us there. Go there. Of course, if you want to get the Lot Lao shirt, that is on Ballistic Ink. That's the place you all need to go to check into that. With all of that, enough said here. Make sure you guys smash your thumbs up, share this, etc., so that we get the message out there to the folks. Let me load the fellas up in here and get going on this. And I don't even know. Oh, how am I gonna do it? Let's see. I need to do the open, and let's do it right now.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
Back to the main scene. Okay, make sure you guys smash those thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you can be notified. I'm supposed to have another device here that I could just press buttons on and I don't see it, so I totally forgot to set that up. No surprise here, no surprise here. All right, can we see jazz hands, guys? Let's see, let's get the jazz hands going. Come on, jazz hands. Let's try to get back to some normalcy here. Listen, much thank yous to all the people out there putting up with us that we're so out of sync. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. Big shout out to Franklin Armory for sponsoring the show. This is episode 724 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. My guests are FlyingRich. There he goes, Rich. You're in no man's land, man. You're in communist country. Yeah, you want to
That
tell
is
us about
right.
that?
I have not had my grubby little paws on a firearm in almost 3 weeks. I feel my freedom leaving my system, and I'm dying to get back to the freedom of Florida. So I'm at the Hughes Compound Northern Command, and pretty much getting ready to sell it. And I was thinking about buying like two Audi R8s
Oh.
with the profit from selling the
Still,
house.
you're still on that. You're not actually thinking about doing it. Stop lying to the people. You want to survive. You don't want to die, or you don't want to be homeless because your wife kicked you out. So no, you're not even thinking about it.
Lola said I can sleep in the cot.
I don't know how Lola said that, but
Uh,
what's up?
well, that's because the guest room is reserved for me, to my
Oh,
understanding.
the cottage is the guest room.
No, the ambulance still.
Oh, the ambulance. Okay, yes. Okay, you know what, Rich? For you, man, because we're bros.
I got to fix the window though.
You could sleep in the yes. There might be some birds or some lizards sleeping in there with you, but you could totally do it. Get yourself that R8 and rock out, man. Just take all the consequences. All right, let's move on here. We'll get back. We'll get back to that if you want to get into it. We got DillSpec joining us, young Dylan. What's up, man? What's going on? Can he hear us? Can you hear
How's
him?
it going, Hank? Thanks for having me on again, man.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you froze up
Yeah, I
there
can
for a
hear. Can you hear
second.
me?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. I'm not sure. Can you hear me,
Thank you for
Rich?
having me back on, Hank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a little
Rich is
quiet.
good. Yeah, so I don't know if something's going on with your internet, Dylan. But go ahead, man.
Well, Hank, thanks for having me back on, man. Been awfully busy, but I'm always happy to come on, and I'm I try to watch the show whenever I can. Just I'm not always in the comments, but I do watch quite a bit. But it's great talking to you again because it's been a while.
Absolutely, man. Glad to have you. I'm trying to remember here. Have you been on for this year? Is this your first time coming on this year?
First time for 2021.
That's right. Welcome to 2021, son.
That's
Yeah,
right.
same here.
You're gonna be missing 2020. I know. You think 2020.
Yeah, I was telling 2020 to hold my beer. That's right.
You're gonna be missing it pretty soon. Shout out to everyone who's out there, by the way. All the folks out there. If someone needs a shout out, let me know. I'm trying to look up on the screen. I've got multiple screens going on here because I'm using a MacBook Air that's tiny. It's got like a 13-inch screen. So I have to use multiple screens. That's why you guys see me looking over.
I got to shout out my homie. Wait. Two homies.
Okay.
3 homies. Armin and Axes. Len Holt, who always gives me the Fraz salute. And let's see. Shooting Gallery New England.
Okay, yeah. Shooting Gallery.
Shout out Armament and Axes.
Yeah, Armament and Axes as well. Let me see. I don't see where's Shooting Gallery any. I don't see his Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Yeah. Can you tell us so Rich, what part of New York are you in? Are you in the 5 boroughs?
Nah, I'm in Suffolk County. So dead center on the South Shore is the town of Islip, and that's where my great-great-grandfather built this house. I'm sorry, wait, my great-grandfather built this house, and my great-great-grandfather built the house next door.
Oh, okay, cool. And it's up for sale now, I guess, right?
I think so. I had a lot of sentimental value to it because it was over 100 years old and always in the family, that kind of thing. But the amount of profit I'm going to make on it takes care of a lot of sentiment.
Okay, cool.
Amen.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Here at the Hank Strange situation, we expect a nice big check from you. Tithings.
Tithings, yes.
Yeah, tithings are officially 10%, right, Dylan? 10% at least.
10%.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You got
if you want to get to Valhalla, you have to give us at least 25%. But I mean.
Yeah, the Governor Cuomo suspended all evictions. So apparently you're just lucky that your tenants move out, no matter what they do.
Yeah, Richard avoiding the whole tithings thing. We're still going to expect it.
Well, I hope
you can pretend you didn't hear it all you want. Go ahead.
I hope they evict his ass out of the governor's office when he gets charged with all that nursing home scandal.
I actually did a 2-year contract, IT contract for his cabinet. Not that I never met him. But everything you hear about him is easily true and worse.
Wow. Okay. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good to hear. One of the things I would say is that, New York City to me is, let me see what's more corrupt. I'm trying to rank the corruption in my mind. So I'm going to probably say, I'm going to give Chicago, I'm going to let Chicago edge it out and be the most corrupt city.
Beetlejuice?
Yeah, Chicago. Then I'm going to say New York City. Then I'll probably go to LA. What's everyone else's top 3s?
Well, Baltimore. You missed Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Washington,
very corrupt.
You got to put Washington, D.C. in there, probably.
Oh, that's true. That's
true. I think it's kind of like a rot situation. Now, New York isn't number 1 in suckage, and I mean Manhattan, the 5 boroughs, because Giuliani cured it for a while, and then Bloomberg let it rot. Hank, you were in New York with Giuliani, right?
Yes, sir. I lived in New York City until from 1983 until about, I think we lived in New York until 99, something like that, I want to say.
So
yeah, Giuliani, some Dinkins years and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, Koch.
New York was a cesspool. In fact, Times Square was a cesspool. It was like all strippers, drug dealers, and 25-cent peep shows. And Giuliani cleaned it all up. And
that's
our
all
last
BS.
couple mayors.
Whatever. That's nonsense. That's from a dude who lived in Islip and not in actually in the 5 boroughs. That's not true. Giuliani didn't actually clean it all up. He, they basically, like, cleaning it up is you get rid of something altogether, right? You take out you collect the trash, you put it in a trash bag, you put that in a bin that goes in a dumpster that then drives out to New Jersey and gets dumped somewhere. You know, basically what they did with your talk, like that example of talking about the strip clubs or whatever, all those places, that just moved out to other parts of New York City. That didn't go away
You're
from New
saying
York
it's
City.
the displacement theory.
Yeah, that and a lot of what Giuliani did was basically just playing with the numbers, you know. So so first of all, if you remember during that time, they had this thing which is going to happen to us as gun guys right now. So if anyone is out there and they're like, "Well, I don't care about this." Well, the thing is that during those times, obviously it was the crack era, right? But they made these laws like if you got caught with one vial of crack, it was mandatory 20 years or something like that. And they were just locking people up left, right, and center. They were framing a lot of people. There was a lot of corruption around Giuliani, and even his police chief, who he tried to put forward to be under Bush to run the first what is it, Homeland? What is that department called?
You talking
Huh? What was that, Rich?
Frozen. Thanks, Frozen.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I don't know what's getting a little bit frozen here. Let me see what's going on with my internet. See if I can get my internet back
You need
here.
some tinfoil on that antenna.
Yeah, man. I need to amplify it a little bit. Let's see what's going on.
Hank,
I don't know what's
you need
going
a
on
second
with it.
one of
here.
these?
I don't know. I don't know. Is it better now? I think it's better. Okay, I think it's better.
Yeah.
And we're feeding out to the folks out there. I think everything's good. So anyway, where was I? If you guys can hear me, I think that
You're talking about
Mhm.
Bill Bratton and Homeland Security?
Yeah, Homeland Security. Remember the guy that was going to run Homeland Security wound up in jail because of all the corrupt stuff they were doing in
that
New
was
York?
thing. Was it Kerry? That was after
It was
Bratton.
Bernie. Yeah, it was Bernard Carrick, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Bernard Carrick.
If I remember the names right.
He had a precinct named after him in Brooklyn. You know, and then he was in prison because they found out just some of the stuff that he was up to. So I think, you know, that thing that Giuliani gets, to me, is kind of BS, and everyone believes it. But if he was so awesome, he would still be awesome now. But if you look at what happened with Trump, I knew Trump wasn't going to get out of anything because everyone's like, oh, Trump's going to get out of this. And I didn't really believe it. And I told you guys because of Giuliani. You can't have Giuliani as your lawyer. He's horrible.
Apparently, that is exactly correct.
And he's expensive.
Early, and unfortunate. See, Trump, if you think about when the Trump administration started, he had basically 3 different administrations, and the first 2 failed horribly. And finally, he got going on all 10 cylinders. See, another Audi reference there.
Right.
And, you know, it started kicking ass. But he had a couple of bad admin at the job done.
Right.
And I think he got a lot of bad advice in the beginning. And, you know, maybe Giuliani was an ally, but maybe not cut out to really, you know, fix the issue.
Yeah, Giuliani is all about himself. Now, I don't know if we had a little brief thing there. It seems for some reason I got kicked off my internet. But I am back. So I'm monitoring all the internet situations here right now, and I believe that we're back on the internet, and it should all be good. Should all be good.
You need
here.
like a signal strength meter. You need
stuff going on. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, I think that it was a lot of fake, and it was a lot about Giuliani, and even the media was able to spin that and go, look at this clown, and then it took away from the credibility of the president, and it allowed us for the first time to consistently attack a president like that, right? We've had bad presidents before in America. I'm not telling you that I think that Trump was a bad president because I don't actually believe that. But the media spun it in that direction, and Giuliani was the clown that allowed it to look like a circus. And I don't really understand why Trump went in that direction other than they're friends, and he can't see that Giuliani is just totally full of it. He's completely, He's completely full of it, and I don't even know if at this point in America people realize that Giuliani is that much BS yet. I don't know if people really get that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of a tough thing because I was mad for 2 months or more than
Mhm.
that because look, either you need to prove this election was truthful and honest, or you need to prove that it was fake. You can't
Mhm.
just let us all have a dangling question mark about it. And I
Yeah.
was mad at everybody.
Yeah. Well, I see Kathleen Music Lover says Kushner was a problem and Trump's daughter. Yeah, I agree with that. That's true.
You mean the
One
socialist?
one of the biggest one of the
Yeah.
biggest downsides I would say was the Ivanka Kushner deal.
Yeah. Those guys, I think that Ivanka and Jared Kushner or whatever, well, I don't know what people call them. It doesn't really matter. I think those guys are. I think they're worse than rhinos. I do not think that they believe in the Constitution. They're very far left, right? I wouldn't put them as being libertarians at all, or even right or conservatives. I would put them all the way over on the left, and I would even put them in the anti-gun category. That's, you know, that's the truth, but that's his daughter, so I get it. You know, you can't tell a man about his daughter; he's not gonna believe you.
So Trump is going to be speaking at CPAC. I think
Mm-hmm.
is it this weekend in Tampa? Not
Oh yeah,
Tampa, Orlando.
really? Okay.
And Dan Bongino thinks he's going to announce that he's going to run again in
Oh my God,
2024.
I hope not. Just leave it
So
alone.
who do you think will be the running mate? You think it'll be Don Jr.?
I don't think
Well,
he's gonna run again.
hey,
Go ahead, Dylan.
hey, let me ask you this,
Mm-hmm.
just from your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
All of the so I'll say
Mm-hmm.
this: I'm not a political expert. I'm a younger
Mm-hmm.
guy, but I got involved. I started paying attention to politics when I heard a guy named Ron Paul speak when I was in the 5th grade. So
Mm-hmm.
I just started reading things about it, and
Mm-hmm.
I learned pretty quickly that my guy lost before I was too old to vote.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, with Trump, I think that I don't think he's the smartest guy in the world per se, but I think that he wants to do the right things. And the issue that I have is, if he doesn't run again, who do we have on the Republican side that can actually get the rigged nomination that is actually going to semi stand up for us? Because I'll tell you this, I knew Nikki Haley was full of shit ever since she got on the Trump train and trashed him as soon as she, as soon as he got, tried to get impeached again.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, he can be convinced. Trump would listen to our side of the coin, at least entertain that. A lot of these guys, they won't even entertain our side is
Mm-hmm.
my issue. And who do we really have? I mean, I saw something where, the governor of Florida may consider running for
Mm-hmm.
president, but who do we have that's going to be able to gain the rigged nomination? Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of problems within the Republican Party, and you've seen it in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
where the old guard has been able to stop, people that think like us. My thing with Trump is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's the greatest thing in the world, but my thing is he's the only thing that we have that can possibly save us, in my opinion. I don't see anybody else that can have as far reach as him.
So what I would say to that is that Trump, I think it would be better off to leave it alone. He was already president. Okay, he didn't get
Mm-hmm.
2 terms. I don't think he's going to get a second term in this way. So I would leave it alone. Now,
I agree.
if there was no way to stop it and Trump is up there and running, I mean, I still don't know. I'll be honest with you. At this point, I would if you had to pin me down and ask me if I would vote for him again, if all the stars lined up, I would say no. But I do not.
Really?
No, I wouldn't, because
I would.
I would just support someone else, man. I would just try to, and I'm not going to support obviously Biden or anyone on the left. But what I'm trying to say to you, I think it would just be a waste of time. The apparatus is gonna kick back up, and the job was done so poorly the first time around because he had so many different advisors, and the message got confused, and then he had a lot of people
Right.
stab him in the back for sure. I'm not pinning
Right.
everything on Trump at all.
Nikki Haley.
Yeah, there was
That's what I
just
said. Yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that, but the thing I think is that the Republican Party is not going to go that route. I don't really want to go back to all of that. You know, I would rather that we just find someone different that
Well,
is a conservative, someone who believes in the Constitution, and for me, I would prefer that that person was strongly believed in the Second Amendment. I don't know.
as I would I.
DeSantis is cool. I'm not even trying to knock DeSantis right now, but I would like to see him do some stuff in Florida first to get us back the true gunshine state status that we
Amen.
had. Um, you
But
know, and then I would be all in with him. Uh-huh.
can I say something to that
Sure.
then?
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you 100%. And like I said, believe me, with Trump, with some of the things he did on the Second Amendment, I think the whole, if you look at the whole pistol brace issue with the whole, just on him not stepping in with the whole red flag issue, I think that could have cost him the election by himself. I mean, there were probably several gun guys that did not vote that chose to sat at home because of that.
Right.
But let me say this though, if you look at history, we had John McCain in 2008. We had George Bush before. If in 4 years, if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong, and I'll admit it. But I'm going by history. I watched Ron Paul run. We are not going to get somebody to win the Republican nomination that truly is for the Second Amendment, that will not be paid off. I'm just being realistic. I mean, that's
I
just
don't
me
know.
being.
With the way that the system is rigged, can we get the way the system is rigged and the way that, so for example, the Supreme Court's not taking up any of the voting fraud cases. What's the chances, no matter what, if we could wave a magic wand and get Trump to get the Republican nomination and go through that thing all over again, it's not going to win. And even if you get someone else, whoever else wins the Republican nomination, it's going to be a sham. And do you really think that it's going to go in that direction when they can manipulate the voting the way that they were able to manipulate it, when the media gets behind it, when the Supreme Court won't stand up for it, when even the Congress people, this thing happened in D.C. and then they just all took the opportunity there to run with the distraction and not focus on the fact that, this was a worse election than any election that ever happened in American history, and we're not going to fix anything. So, I think for me, I would be looking. I don't care about parties anymore, and I'm registered as a Republican. I definitely don't give a crap about the Republican Party. I can tell you guys that. I know Kioski says that you don't think backing another person / party is a waste of time, though. Well, backing Republicans is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. What's the point? What is the point of it? What are they doing for us? Where are they standing up and fighting for us? Who can we rely on amongst these Republicans?
Near no one. I mean, I keep bringing up my guy, Brian Mast, my congressman from Florida Election District 18. And before he got in office, he's coming to our Tea Party meeting saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm a gun guy. Want to go to the range with me? You can go to the range. I'm a real gun guy." Then all of a sudden, he's against semi-automatics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say this though, Hank. The thing that I think of it is, I mean, it comes down to the local elections. I mean, we have to keep. And I'm like you. I mean, I'm a registered Republican. I'm more of a libertarian type thinker, but I don't care about party either. I certainly won't vote for someone with an R. But what I'm saying is, if realistically we're going to get a candidate like Mitt Romney or someone that is, if you think Trump's bad, which I do on a lot of things.
I'm so glad we didn't get
If you
Mitt
think
Romney.
Trump's bad, this guy, I'm just saying. I mean, it's going to be somebody.
Would never vote for Mitt Romney ever again.
I won't
I've
either.
done it in the past. I'm not going to lie. I've supported
Right.
Mitt Romney in the past. I've done that thing. Oh, this guy's a Republican, whatever. I've done that in the past. I'm over that.
I am too. But
When Mitt Romney runs for re-election, if he gets the Republican nomination for senator, if he's still running for that, I'm going to give money to the Democrat.
Yeah, Utah needs to get rid of Mitt Romney.
Do.
And I think what Dylan said here is true. That so the best place that we have chances is locally, because we can see who our local people are and we can see what they're doing and how that affects us. So I'm not going to get out of politics in terms of paying attention to what's going on or supporting people and all that kind of stuff. I'm down for that. If that person is a Republican, if they're a libertarian, I'm down for that. I don't see myself supporting any Democrats, to be honest with you.
Me neither.
However, I'm more concerned with what happens locally, and I think for a long time the national stage of presidency, because even if now, let's say that there was a guy who we were like, hey, this guy believes in the Constitution. He's dynamic enough that he's able to get all the way there. Everyone believes in him. Whatever, he becomes elected. We're gonna go through this again. This is what the media is saying. We're gonna run this again. So if you're not now, I'm not afraid of running it again, of going through the media hating whoever's president. I would rather have that president be a guy who believes in the Constitution and stands up for that and fights. And no matter what names they call him and whatever they do, he sticks to his guns. But that person needs to be really, really tough and really strong and have people that he could rely on, and not have people bouncing in and out all the time and all that kind of stuff, because it really got us nowhere. In the last 4 years, how far did we go? What did we really achieve? We probably lost more than we really achieved in that time, and went backwards. So I'm not saying it was all bad. I'm not knocking Trump of everything. Personally, I like Trump. I just think that he just didn't get the right team, and it's tough when even your daughter and your son-in-law, you give them the number one position, and they're not on the same plane, politics-wise, as what you're saying that you're on. So either I have to believe that Trump really wasn't there, or that there's such a massive influence on him that it didn't make any difference. So I would be looking for someone younger, stronger, and solid if we get there. But I think our best chance is running with local people and protecting ourselves against what they do in D.C. Go ahead, Dylan.
I totally agree with all of that. But what I will say too, Hank, with Trump, like you mentioned, the bad advice, he got a lot of bad advice from the NRA. I mean, if we're going to rely on the NRA to be our number one Second Amendment advocate group, we're really screwed. I'm just saying.
Well, because, I mean, without a doubt, I think we all realize that, right, Rich?
Well, one of the things that I've been saying is we all need to run for local government and get rid of, the Democrats, the rhinos, whatever it may be. Get involved. My wife is crazy involved in local politics, and
is she going to run?
I'd love for her to run. I think she'd be really good.
I think so too. I think so too. Absolutely. And if she runs, we'll help her as much as we possibly can.
Amen.
And I've met your wife. She's awesome.
She's cute.
I like her for 1,000 different reasons. And she's cute for sure, without a doubt. But I think that she is a diehard conservative person who believes in the Constitution. Knowing her husband as I do, and having spent time talking to her, I would love to see her run. I would love to see you run. I would like to see folks out there run and do something about this, or like take some kind of ownership over what's going on. So even if you don't run, figure out who is running and how you can help them. And then we need to run against people. Like if we've got people around us locally that aren't, that we cannot trust, we need to run against those people and make it impossible or very difficult for them to get office. So, Chris Bullis says Mrs. Hughes is an awesome lady. So there you
go.
Yeah.
Chris and the family came by. Was it 4th of July weekend? Stayed with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Skivvy Waver says Trump's main fault was taking advice from the wrong people. Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to beat up on Trump. He was president. What he did was amazing to become president, and I respect that, and I always will. Okay.
I'll tell you what I loved. At first, me being the thinking that I'm an intellectual, I didn't enjoy his tweeting, and then I loved it. And I'm like, tweet more, make the Democrats' heads explode.
Yeah,
I just loved the reactions.
Yeah,
but again, it was political porn. It really was just, what's Trump going to say today? It's like, let me check his Twitter feed. You know
what? You know what I would like to see Trump do, and Dylan, I think you brought up this is a good subject, but I want to switch it, because if we're going to take bets, I'm going to say he's not going to run for office again. He already achieved the highest office in the land. to run for office again and be defeated and torn down and go through all of what he went. It's not worth it. But I think that Trump could be very useful if, as a businessman, if he looks around at the things that we're all lacking in right now and the places where they're pulling us all down, and like social media platform, it could be awesome if he finds a social media platform out there to get behind and figure out how to get people to finance that and build up the servers and all those kinds of things that are necessary and build a solid place where we could actually be free. I think not only those of us who might consider ourselves libertarian, conservative, on the right, whatever it is that we consider ourselves here, would tune into that. I think everybody else would as well, right? Because we don't have to say, oh, we don't want liberals over here. We don't. If we make the true freedom place, everyone's going to be on that, and Facebook is going to be like MySpace, you know, and YouTube is going to be like Vimeo.
See, the problem is, you know, for me, when I got involved in the internet, so it was prior to 2000, I started working with an ISP in that field. And let's see, was it 19? Wait, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was before 2000. I don't remember the exact year. But we were all about free speech, freedom of communication, freedom of expression. All of the people that were involved at, you know, ISPs, companies, whether you're writing software or you know, managing content, those kinds of things. No, if at that time, like pre-2000, if you mentioned censorship on the internet, people would have laughed you silly. They would have been like, shut the F up, you know? And I feel like I've been betrayed by my tech tribe. This is wrong. This is, I really believe in the saying, and is it Voltaire that said, while I disagree with you, I'll defend with my life your right to say it. And that's how I feel about things. Let people be heard. And the other saying is, when you cut somebody's tongue out, you didn't prove them a liar. You proved that you didn't want anybody to hear what they were going to say.
And also, you didn't have a better argument. I agree with that. I don't think the censorship is about bad stuff. There's plenty of bad stuff still on the internet, right? So there's plenty of bad things in all ways. I don't have to list the ways to you guys of bad things that we all know in our guts that are bad things that are on the internet, right? It's not about that. I think it's about these guys don't have a better argument. So therefore, as Rich is saying, they have to cut our tongues out. Right? They have to put us in stocks in the public square. We have to be flogged, beaten, you know, ostracized. We have to be forced to walk around, you know, with scarlet letters on us because we don't agree with them.
So at first they're saying, like, you know, let's just take Twitter, for example. There was shadow banning, and then they would, you know, just outright ban you. I was banned on Twitter for, I don't know, like 24 hours because I said Democrats vote on November 4th. You know, it's just a standard old joke. You know, Republicans vote on the 3rd, which is election day, and Democrats vote on the 4th. And boom, I was banned on Twitter, then I posted it on Instagram. Like the ban, and I got like some warning on Instagram because of that. So Twitter was shadow banning and then banning, and so they didn't think what they were going to do was drive us to another platform like Parler. And then when they saw Parler was the top app on, you know,
assassinate
Apple
Parler time,
and then they're like, no, you got to be here on Twitter so we can control the speech. And then they figured out, like, oh, hey, we'll just deplatform them and, you know, get rid of their apps.
And notice how all of this censorship stuff really got heavy when it started with Alex Jones at InfoWars. Everybody made fun of Alex Jones when he got kicked off. And they said, oh, you know, who cares, whatever. And it's just like, oh, who needs a bump stock? We don't need that.
Right.
You know, and it's all those people that leave the door open, and you give these people an inch, and look what happens.
And I think also, if you look at Parler, for example, I've lost interest in Parler. So I know Parler's back out there or whatever. I have no interest. You guys won't see me on there. I'm on Minds. You can find me on a couple of different things, but I won't be on Parler. Those guys have seen the fear of the gods, you know? That's what's happened to them. They are now afraid of everything. Okay, so you can see that from the way that they're acting and the things that they've done. For example, they banned Milo Yiannopoulos. If I'm
Really?
that's what I believe. I believe they banned Milo. We can look that up and see whether or not that's true. Or I don't even. Oh, I don't have my phone here, but that's what I heard. And there's censorship going on over. The guys could tell us in the chat whether I'm wrong or right on that. And I just don't think it's worth it. And I think in the first place they weren't prepared. And I think that if Trump is really who he says he is, then he could build a platform that's better and compete with these guys and replace these guys and build it for everyone, right? There's lots of opportunity here. That would be my first choice of what he should. Now, honestly, what he should really do before we get into that is just frickin' retire and go off and live your life. And you got a son that you still needs to be raised, and you probably he's got grandkids, I think. So go off and do that. But to actually stay in the fight, doing something, build a platform. I don't know what I think about Trump starting his own political party. I'm not sure what I think about that, because I don't know if I want to be down with that, to be honest with you. Because if we still have Ivanka and Jared Kushner and all, like,
Yeah.
no, it's a waste of time. I don't know if I believe in it. So I would rather figure out a way that we could take over a different party, or bring back a party or something like that the people have control of. I'm more for the decentralized stuff when it comes to that. And even with the platform thing, that's why I'm saying I would hope that Trump would go the decentralized way. Because look, before he got banned for life from Twitter, Trump was approaching 90 million. I think he was going to go over 90 million people following him on there. And that's his biggest power, is social media. And I think he could do that. And I think, he could really bring, if he brought in 45 million people, if he brought half of those people, right, in, changes the game. I'll be honest with you guys. Let's take 10% of that 90 million. If he starts a platform today and 9 million people go on there, game over. Game over. The media is not gonna. Now the thing is, you have to build it right. You have to build it where they can't shut down the servers, they can't stop us from doing it. They would literally have to remove freedom of speech, the First Amendment in America, in order to do it. And if we're going there, then hey, we might as well all just get ready. We're going to be talking to each other on radios and stuff like that, and calling each other, yes sir, Commander, General, whatever, because we're going to be in war mode. Right? So
General Strange.
Get the ham radios out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, by the way,
It'll be like
go ahead.
It'll be like on Scary Movie when they're talking to each other with the when they got the all those when they're hunting the ghosts, and they got the you may not remember, but they got the cans with the cords, and they said, why are y'all talking to each other through these, like the soup cans with the cords? And they said, well, we spent all our money on the ghost guns.
Yeah. By the way, everyone out there, smash the thumbs ups. We appreciate all you guys out there. Please do that. Let's see what comments or what direction we need to go in now. If you guys want to, Kathleen Music Lover says no more half-ass stuff. Archangel says thumbs up to everyone. Shout out to Archangel. You know what? Here's something I want to get into before I forget. So our friend Richard Hoffman, okay, of BWE Firearms
and Marriage Therapy.
Yeah, Richard Hoffman actually was very sick when he came out here to shoot with us. He looked as he was very tired, and for sure I think he was having some issues before that, but his wife let us know today that she got him to go to the emergency room, and apparently he needed surgery. So he had some major surgery, and I don't want to get into too many details because, obviously his medical stuff is his business and not everyone else's. He's fine. I spoke to him, and he's okay, but he's in the hospital and will probably be there for some time recovering. So he wanted me to let everyone know that he's okay. Thankfully they figured out what was wrong. they did that surgery, so now he's starting the process of healing up. He's not going to be able to, there's work and stuff like that that's out there on pause. So if you're one of those people that you have a project going on with BWE Firearms, just give them a little bit of grace here so that he could get healed up and then get back to work. I know Rich is a guy, he's a workaholic. As soon as he can get out of that hospital and get back to work, he will be working on your stuff. But if you can't communicate with them, this is the reason why. I don't know if you guys have any questions, but I'll be happy to answer whatever I can. So,
yeah, Richard's a good guy.
He is.
I wish I visited him when I was working in Orlando, because he wasn't too far from my office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And every show that I've been on with him on, he's always been a really nice guy.
He
with
is.
a good sense of humor.
He's a good dude.
And funny, yeah.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He's a hardworking guy. There will be a video that, because I'm shooting so many videos and this crazy. My life's crazy right now, but I am trying to get stuff up. So there is a video that's actually going up probably tonight that Richard's in it.
What's that? You can't get it up, Hank?
No, man, I can't get it up. I can't get them up. I can't get the videos up. If you want to have that fantasy, that I can't.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
I don't want to have to be in the position to prove it to you. Don't start going down that road with me if you don't really want to go down the road. But yeah, I cannot get the videos.
U-turn out of there.
I cannot get the videos up on time, but I did. I did finish the video with Richard brought out his Stormgavare. So that video is going up tonight, so you guys can enjoy it and you can get a look at Richard. Let's see. Lots of people. LV Louis Cypher says sending healing energy to him. Thank you for that on his behalf. So there you go. Night Train says, Richard Hoffman makes me laugh my ass off. Tell him I need him back on for more laughs. Firearm Fanatic says, that's terrible. Prayers all around. DCG44 says, BWE, best wishes, amigo. And Armament and Axis says, well, prayers for Richard. So, he's there. I see him in the chat. So he's from the hospital. He says, laugh out loud. So there you go. He's there in the chat so everyone can say hi to him. And you guys can ask him. Maybe this is not true. Maybe he's just there in the hospital getting schlong surgery.
I heard a facelift also.
No, actually, that's not him in the chat. That's the other Richard. I'm sorry. No, that's Richard Monder I see in the chat. My bad.
One's in England, one's in Orlando.
Yeah, that's Richard Monder. That's Richard Monder that's in the chat. I don't think
guns,
I'll be surprised if
he has them.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if we see Richard Hoffman. I was like, wait a second, that can't be. And then I saw, that's Richard Monder that's in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. When you guys see him, you can ask him whether or not he had Hoffman surgery.
All us Richards are interchangeable, right?
Yeah. The Hoffman procedure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so technically his name would be Dick Hoff. I don't know if he's watching or not. He probably isn't. He's probably sleeping. He sounded really tired when I was talking to him. So, we probably won't see him for a little while, in the chat hanging out. Or back on the show, but he will be back. He will be back on the show, so. So there you go. Let's see. What other stuff is going on out there in the world? Anything going on in the gun world? Anyone want to talk about, Dylan?
Guns? We're going to talk about guns?
You guys want to talk about some gun stuff? I mean, I don't know. I'll talk about anything. I haven't kept up with everything. Anything? Did anyone release anything new?
Go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, there's new products they released. The question I have is how long will it take for them to come out with, they can't keep up with what they're making now. But I saw Springfield Armory, which is a company many of us hate, but they came out with the Hellcat RDB or RDP, I think it is, but
What
it's
is
a
that?
compensated Hellcat with an optic on it with a 3.8-inch barrel. I don't know the
Okay.
deal. Maybe
All
competing
right.
with the 365 XL, I guess.
Okay.
I just saw that today. Diamondback Firearms came out with a unique gun in 5.7 by 28. I thought
I
That's
was
been
just looking
out.
at that.
Yeah, that's been out though.
that's been
That's
out. We
been
haven't
out for a
got
little
mine
while.
yet.
Yeah.
Why would you want a piston-driven 5.7?
I don't know. Other than it's
Wait.
cheaper than the
So hold on.
PS9.
So the first 5.7 they came out with was not piston driven. It was direct impingement. What's the?
Oh no, usually 5.7's blowback only. Even
Yeah.
like the
Let me see
AR
the name.
5.7,
So
the
yeah,
PS90.
because I know they came out with a 5.7 AR already. Did they? Is the change
Yeah,
here they made it
the new
piston
thing
driven?
is called the BX, the DBX57. Suppose it's a piston driven pistol, and I think that's a different gun than the AR
Yeah,
one.
maybe
Yeah,
that it is.
it is.
What would be the point of it, though? I agree with Rich
I
on
don't
that. I'm not
know.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what the point of that is. And I don't know. And by the way, they're here in Florida, and I try to support Florida companies. Unfortunately, they hate me. So
Why? You did a really
No.
good video on their Diamondback AR pistols. I
not
remember
according
watching
to
that.
them. Not according to them, because they came out with the regular handguns. Remember the first handguns they came out with were kind of bad, and I
Yeah,
said
the
they were
seven
kind
and
of
a half
bad.
inch.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
said they were bad because they were bad. And then when
right.
they came out with better ones, they said to me, "Hey, do you want to take a look at these?" And we did, and they were better. And I said, "Oh, these are better." But someone over in their marketing got mad because that person only saw where I said the first ones were bad, the first gens were bad, and they got pissed off. And because I was trying to get when that AR-57 came out, I was trying to get one so that we could test it, and they were like, "You are on our, you're on our ban list." So they blacklisted me basically, but it is what
That's
it is.
racist.
Yeah, I'm always bet on black. I'm always proud to be on the blacklist of some company.
They
'Cause
blacklisted you from reviewing their black rifles.
yes, yes, they did actually, but that's not going to stop me. If someone out there has one that they can lend to us, let me know. Or if I find it out there for a decent price, I will buy it and I will do a thing on it. And I'm not gonna tear it down just because they hate me or anything like that, because that doesn't make any kind of sense.
We
to
haven't
me.
had one, but I'll keep that in mind. I'll text you if we get one in.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
See, I'm
yeah.
looking at this. It looks like it's all plastic. It's all polymer. And look,
So
the
that's
PS9 is all polymer. The FN57 is all polymer.
Yeah, and Keltec has a bunch of mostly polymer. I mean, the barrel I'm sure is not polymer, but
Right.
and there's some more metal in there. But if it's a lightweight package like that, the one thing. So where's the piston traveling? Because one of the things that worries me, Keltec has that PLR 16, the pistol version, and that's
556.
yeah, that's 5.56 and piston driven, and I think I still have one. And the problem I noticed is the piston is going through where they have the polymer Picatinny rail, right? It's traveling through there. So anytime you clamp an optic down on that rail, it impinges on the piston and messes
Oh wow.
the piston up.
That's bad.
Yeah,
Is
because
the SU16 like that too?
it's piston driven, but I'm not sure where if the piston is going through and it's polymer and you crank a optic down on that, you're gonna probably get the same effect. So I know I did. So I would be worried about that, but
So, any industry news on the Keltec? Keltec 5.7 pistol.
No, I haven't heard anything.
Nobody's got any rumors or anything.
Yeah. No. And the Keltec people don't tell me stuff, so I don't know.
What?
I'm also on their ban list, man.
Right. So I got.
You're on their ban list too, two Florida companies?
Yeah, Keltec doesn't like me because of a video I did a long time ago on the RDB.
You like Keltec guns. You own a bunch of them.
I know. I've had the Keltec people out here to the Hacienda many
Oh,
times.
I'm going to have to say something at SHOT Show. I don't like this. I don't like
it. It is what it is. It's been going on for years.
When you go by the Keltec booth, say, "Hey, I watched this video. Hank Strange brought up a good point. You don't have QD points on your gun.
You know what?
How come?"
You know what? This Keltec pin I'm holding that I got at the SHOT Show, it's going in the dumpster just for
No,
that.
don't do that. No. Don't do that. That's fine. I still have. There's still people I know at Keltec that I'm cool with or whatever.
Oh
But
yeah.
basically, they're mad at me because of stuff I said in a video about the gun. So
Well, you're like the biggest gun, one of the biggest gun channel fans. Like of all the Keltec videos I've always watched, you gave like so many positive reviews. And I'm not saying like their stuff is really innovative. I'm not saying that it's to a lot of people they make really nice stuff, and I'm not saying it's bad stuff. They got good customer service. It's just like to some people that are if you're not if you're used to something like an AR or something that they make stuff a lot different than that, which is cool. It's just not everybody's taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're boring.
Keltec, as far as the designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the RFB for Christmas a year ago for myself. That was my Christmas present, and my Christmas present this year was supposed to be a Safety Harbor 50. I'm waiting for Hank to give it to me though.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, I will borrow some money from you when you sell your house. And out of that money, I will get you a very nice present that will be at least 2% of whatever I borrow. So yeah, Firearms Fanatic says, how did you upset Chad? Yeah, Chad got mad at me. Basically, I showed the same thing that Nut and Fancy showed in his video with the RDB, which the RDB, if you suppress it, because it's rearwards, downwards ejecting. So in other words, the shell case goes up, backwards, and then down when it's ejecting. So there's gases going back over the magazine. And if you have a metal or a GI mag or something like that, it unseats it if it's suppressed. And I showed that it does that. And I said, okay, this is what it does. But it didn't really bother us. We were testing it, so we used those magazines. But we didn't care because, with polymer magazines like PMags and stuff like that, you don't have that problem.
It's just with the steel mags.
Yeah, so that happened, and then they didn't have QD points on it. And I said, okay, the engineers sitting around the table when they were designing this that didn't complain about there not being QD points must have been from the 80s, and I think they took that as a slight against George Kelgren. Which I don't believe. To me, I see George Kelgren as being more amazing than Kalashnikov. I think Kalashnikov just stole an idea for a gun from some people, Germans.
The MG46.
And, okay, the AK is awesome, and so I give Kalashnikov some props for that. But, I mean, Kelgren, that's a real designer engineer. I mean, I admire that guy.
He's out there. He's really...
That's the real,
and I like what he does.
Deal.
I mean, mad props to him.
Yeah.
Well,
but they got mad about all that. That's for anyone who wants to know. That's what they got mad about, and they cursed me out on social media, and they wouldn't call me.
Cursed you out?
Yeah, they said bad things about me on social media. It doesn't, which is whatever it is. The problem is that right before that, they were actually here on the Hacienda doing. If you go back. Everyone could see this if the videos are still there. I don't know if we had to remove it because of YouTube, but they did a 4th of July thing here on the Hacienda to use my property, my camera equipment, my truck, all kinds of different things. And
I've seen that video. That's where y'all are all shooting all the different Keltec guns.
I don't know if it's that video. It's a 4th of July video. But anyway, they were here, and then they wouldn't talk to me, and they were just carrying on. And I put out my raw feelings about the gun because people looking at all the stuff I did with them would assume, hey, I'm just going to say nothing but niceness.
Well, and you're the bullpup, and you're the bullpup king. You have the right to, I consider you the bullpup king on YouTube. I mean, you got to give your opinion on that.
Yeah. I mean, if Mac cares about that, he might make a post.
Well, he can. He can deal with that.
Yeah, Mac might have to come out and start showing all his bullpups and stuff like that. He probably has a couple more than me, but yeah, I'm into bullpups big time.
Right, that's what I mean. You're really into bullpups.
Yeah, and truly, when they were developing that gun, they came out here and did a lot of stuff with me while it was in development. So I thought it was only fair that when it actually came out, they sent me a version that hit the streets. I thought it was only fair for me to do the video and just say what I felt in the video and then put the raw video up. And that's what went up. And I stand with what I said because even Nut and Fancy had the same problem. and so did other people. So, and I think if I'm not mistaken, people have told me that you get that same problem with like even the IWI Tavor has that problem, because if you're using that kind of magazine and it's not sitting firmly in there and the gases are going back, it could act and unseat it. So I don't, you know.
You can blow it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be, this is how I am, whether people believe it or not. Like, I show exactly what happens and stuff. I have a big video of the KSG when Mac went through like 3 KSGs that didn't work. And I have a video where mine worked, and I showed the whole entire video without editing. So it's not like I never did that before. I do that all the time, where I just show you guys whatever we thought, or I get other people, and whatever those people think, that's what I put up there. I don't tell them you can't say this or whatever.
Yeah, there is no retake at the Hacienda. You see exactly what's going on, because I was a little surprised at that the first day I was out there with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're shooting the Henry Lever actions.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit the clay on the mound. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going for another one because I got it. I don't want to look stupid not shooting it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I put it out there. When I mess up, I put that stuff out there. So yeah, you know, I mean, I'm trying to do my best to be genuine. I'm not going to tell you guys 100% of everything gets out there in the world. There's things that have happened with Kel-Tec before. So if someone sends me a gun that's in development or is a prototype, and therefore I'm part of testing it, if something happens, that's not right for me to put that out in the world, right? Because that company is expecting me to help them test that thing. But if that thing is being released and this is what's going out on the streets, I feel like I have the right to say what I want to say about it. So, you know. And by the way, they asked me to send the thing back to them. I sent it back, and then later I bought one. I own a RDB. I love it. So, you know.
Yeah, I got the RFB, and I thought it was, you know, had a problem, and the problem was the ammo I was running. When I ran good 308 ammo through it, it ran like a champ.
So what I would say about the RFB, real quick, for anyone who cares about the RFBs, I would just say, and I had 2, I only have 1 now. Unfortunately, I sold one to Babyface, who promised me he would never sell it, but it was his gun once I sold it. Then he sold it. And I can't get it back from whoever he sold it to, but it was a very unique RFB. But anyway, I have the longest barrel RFB, and the thing with it is that it has so many clicks. So it's adjustable and it has clicks, right?
Oh, yes.
If you dial it all the way down to the bottom where it's closed on the RFB and dial back up, it's 60 clicks up.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. There's literally 60 clicks on that gun. Now, that sounds like a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. What you're supposed to do with that gun is whatever ammo you want to shoot through it. So if you load ammo yourself, or you have a specific ammo that you buy. So the way that they set it up from the factory, it works best with PMC bronze, right? And you probably won't have to mess with anything. But if you get something else that you like this ammo, this is what you hunt with or whatever, you basically turn it all the way down and then come up one, like, if you turn it all the way down, it's a bolt action. And then you click on the way up until that gun is cycling. And once you have it, and then you make a note. So from the bottom, you go, the setting for, I don't know, give me a ammo.
168 grade federal gold medal match.
Right. You just write that down, make a note, and say that it's 25 clicks up from the bottom. Dude, so now you know.
Nobody's going to shoot 60 rounds of 308 to figure out where it goes.
If you see, because it's too precise, it's not really for everyone, right? It's too smart of a gun. They probably should dumb it down, and I think that's what they did with the RDB, and what makes the RDB better for that. But they always said they were going to make the RDB in 308 and 300 blackout and blah blah blah. I don't know, what have we seen other than 556? Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But it's ammo. Some of these things are ammo. Like, people really need to understand this. Some of these things are ammo specific, and that gun was designed for hunting. You know, and it's a really good gun if you have it set up where you need it to be. Right? And there is a setting, and I'm not sure exactly where it is. I have notes somewhere. There's a setting that's pretty good for like PMC and all those things within that range. But if you want to specifically tune this gun, Remember at the time, 30, like I'm not gonna say 308 was the best, but that's what everyone was using for longer distances back then.
Right.
308, and if you really want to tune it, I think that it's a good gun for that. But it's too complicated for a lot of people if you don't understand what I just said.
Well, a lot of gas systems are like high, low, and off.
Mhm.
If it's adjustable, you don't have that amount
Yeah,
of
or
precision.
suppressed and non-suppressed. Or
Right,
whatever.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But if you could tune a gun, it's not that's not a bad thing to be able to tune a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably I would suggest to people out there, if you like bullpups or you like that kind of thing, it's a good gun to own, because they're probably going to stop making that at some point, and we won't see guns like that
Right.
anymore. And that's
So-
actually amazing.
On a similar note, this is a totally different type of gun, but it sounds similar to where the newer LWRC, the Reaper Mark IIs, they use a 20 position adjustable gas block where you can
Right.
tune it all the way. And
Yeah.
for like for someone in law enforcement, or someone that's like a sniper or something, that makes sense to me when you tune it for all that. But like you said, Rich, for the average person, you probably don't. 2 positions would do it just fine.
Yeah. Firearm Fanatic said, Hank said a large string of words. It's too much gun for me. It's a great gun.
Back to
It's a great gun.
politics.
It's expensive too. So for example, the longest barrel, and I can't remember what it is, I have like a 23-inch barrel or whatever, very difficult for them to make. The long range one that they have, very difficult to make that barrel. So if you can get your hands on it, it's a good gun if you know what you're dealing with. If you're into 308, I mean, because now you've got 6.5 Creedmoor, so I would say if you really want something super precision and all that, go for at least a 6.5 Creedmoor. If you know.
And you know what? PSA, although don't get me wrong, I really do like PSA, and I was really jealous I didn't get invited to the Hacienda when what's his name came out.
Oh, okay. That's why you didn't get invited, because you don't know his name.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
Gosh, now you're killing me.
Josiah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was I mean, it was we were lucky that they came out here, and they don't usually do that kind of stuff, so I didn't want to make it open to everyone. And Babyface was lucky that he even got on the list. No, I'm just kidding. So basically it was just me, Patrick, and Walter for that. But hopefully we can make things like that happen again in the future. Go ahead, what are you going to say?
They make a lot of, I would say, quality for the money firearms. You're not getting crap. In something like their AR-10 6.5 Creedmoor, which is a third gen, their Gen 3 308, that's people have tested, like Codaboy 32. He's like, that's a mile gun all day long. You can shoot that a mile. I'm like, damn, that's again, pre-COVID prices, and I'm an opportunistic shopper. I'll buy a 308 lower when I see it on sale, and then I'll buy the 308 upper when I see it on sale.
I think I actually looked today. I think I saw an 18-inch 308 stainless steel on their websites going for like 13, I think, for a complete, maybe 12. Don't quote me on it. And it may have had some better furniture on it and a couple upgrades on it. I just saw something for like 12 today.
Yeah.
I don't
PSA is making some good guns. I mean,
they make good. They make really nice. And Kel-Tec, I'll say about Kel-Tec, I give any company credit for innovating, because the gun industry, like, it's a very competitive industry, and they innovate and they make really nice guns. And I'll tell you this from we sell some Kel-Tec guns, and they have really good customer service. Whenever we had to send something back, they always make it right. They'll tell you what they fix, and they like I said, they just make really innovative guns, and they're I think they're interesting and neat to look at and see, because it's like one of those things. Like, I am an AR guy, but I understand how a lot of people in the gun industry may have AR fatigue, because like when I at SHOT Show, when you see all the AR brands, to me it can't, like, it's like heaven to me, but like to a lot of people, I can understand how you're burned out on that. It's important to have companies like Kel-Tec that innovate, bring out new products, and they bring them out affordably, and they seem to be really well made for what they are.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The other thing, I'll tell you, stop by if you're going by Cocoa Beach in business hours. Stop by Kel-Tec. They got a showroom, and they are so nice. They are the absolute nicest, hospitable people. They entertained me for a while, and like the what is it the RDB or the RFB that has the wood
Oh,
furniture?
that's a version of the RDB, but they call it
RDB.
something else. Yeah, they
Yeah,
only made one.
oh,
One.
they got that on the
That's
wall there. It
beautiful.
was beautiful.
Hmm.
I'm like, can I hold it and get a picture? Can you take a picture of me? I totally fanboyed out.
Yeah, I would drop some serious money for that gun, but they're not making it because it's too difficult for them. They said at the time to do the wood version of that. You look, I think there's a lot of good companies out there, and I think that for sure Keltec is innovating things and pushing the boundaries and stuff like that. And I think PSA is also going a long way to improving manufacturing. I know they've had problems and all that kind of stuff in the past, but they're going a long way to improving manufacturing, getting really good prices, still at good quality, and even they're attempting to do some innovation. I know some people are talking about different guns that are out there. What I would say is that I think someone mentioned the dagger. Well, the dagger had problems because of a part that was getting produced by someone that came in wrong, and then PSA didn't want to put that out. So yes, that looks like that got shelved here, and I haven't had any updates from them in a little while. I think there's a show coming up that PSA is doing. There's an event that they're doing that I'm going to be going to, and hopefully we have good news about the dagger from there. But I would think that you would really want them to put that gun out there the first time right. And this is what
Right.
happens. It's not easy to like everyone looks at a Glock and thinks that's nonsense. Anyone can make a Glock. Not true.
No.
Not true. It's not, and it's not, and by the way, it's not just a copy of the Glock either. It's they drew that gun from scratch. They designed that gun from scratch, and so I expect them to have some kind of issues with it. And I think it's better off that they put it out when it's ready. And then also, one of the things we need to realize is that right now in this crunch, do they really have the resources and the time to be out there trying to finish the dagger or get the guns out to you that they're
Right. Does
that
it
you want?
physically make sense for them to do that with
Yeah.
how many backlogs I'm sure they have?
Yes.
Nah.
Real NOC says is out there. Shout out to Real NOC.
Okay, real NOC. What's up?
yeah.
What's up?
So yeah. So I think we've got to get through this particular time that we're at here. I mean, they also took on at least one company, right? What was the company that they bought from from the Freedom Group?
Oh.
What company bought PSA? They bought.
Yeah.
Weren't they trying to buy Remington ammo, but they never.
No,
Vista
they didn't get
Outdoors
the ammo
got the
part.
ammo.
They got the what is the name of that rifle company?
Was it Marlin?
No, I see it in my
No.
mind.
I'll have to look it up.
It seems like it's been so long, even though it really hasn't.
So
They got that
Train
company
says
that
PSA.
makes ARs. I forgot their name, but it's a
DPMS.
DPMS, I think. Yeah. So there's all that stuff going on, and right now all these companies are waiting to see what happens with politics, right? So
Well, Train says PSA may have overplayed their hand with a dagger. I don't think so. I think it's purely economics right now. I think they're going full throttle on producing AR-15s because that's what
where
the
the
need
demand
is. That's
Yeah.
what the demand is.
yeah, I agree with that. Kathleen Music Lover says the dagger is nothing. Hold on. I don't think this is exactly what I said. She says the dagger is nothing like a Glock. Scratch his head. Laugh out loud. I'm not saying that it's not like a Glock. What I'm saying is they didn't copy a Glock. They didn't just take apart a Glock and reverse engineer a Glock and put that gun out. Yes, there's a lot of guns like that. But what I said in the beginning part of that is that it's not easy to do it. See, Glocks look simple, and they are not. They are not. They are simple guns, but they simply work, in my opinion. So that's a very difficult thing to do. There's a lot of other companies that have guns that work, but are very complicated. Well, it's more difficult to do what looks simple than what looks complicated, right?
Absolutely. I always
Yeah.
like that phrase from Jesse James when he was building motorcycles. He said, I always like the motorcycle to look like it had a few missing pieces, a few less pieces than it needed to run. And I kind of think of a most in
Yeah.
the gun. There are so few parts in a Mosin gun, and the thing works.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with a Colt single action, right? Or even a 1911, to be honest, right? Yeah, simple is not is like wasn't it Einstein that says simplicity is genius?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so that's not so easy to do, is what I'm trying to say. And then I think the problems that they ran into was basically a part that was being supplied, that they designed, but that was being supplied to them, and that there was some kind of issue with that.
Yeah,
And all
look,
of
you
that
got
stuff is going to
metallurgy
happen.
issues, you got machining issues. There could be all sort. I don't know what their specific problem is,
Yeah.
but things could come in not at spec, or you may have unique wear situations that you didn't plan on.
Yeah, but so for my, like, I know people were waiting for the dagger because people wanted to get this cheap handgun. 100% I get that, right? But there's tons of handguns out there.
Oh, well, I had a timer set. I was actually riding back from Santa Fe, New Mexico, because we were picking up that Lexus for my wife. And I'm like ready to buy on my phone. I'm like refreshing the page. It's like sold out. And I'm like, oh.
I don't mean to switch gears, but I'll say this about Palmetto. That new AK-74 they came out with, I think, Hank, you've looked at that. I'll tell you what, that seems to be an excellent gun, and they seem to be the only domestic manufacturer of the AK-74 right now. So they're doing some.
Yeah, it's Kalashnikov USA. They're making stuff here, right? Or no?
They are, but I don't think they're doing a 5.45 gun at the moment.
No? Oh,
I don't
okay.
think they are, but
Okay.
I could be wrong. Someone can check me on that. But I'm just saying, Palmetto, they're doing some special stuff because, it's important to, that's a cartridge I really like.
Yeah, me too. And I think they are doing they seem to have a handle on the AK side of it, which that's another thing, right? That seems easy to do. How do you mess up making AKs? Oh, people do it. Including PSA had some issues, right? At one point. So, yeah, it's not. Yeah, you know what? Until you have to make a gun, this is the thing about polymer 80s. I think all that stuff is cool. I'm all in with the polymer 80s. I know that Biden is planning on going after that and all this kind of stuff. It is not as easy as everyone thinks to make to build a gun yourself or to 3D print, right, Rich? Is it easy?
Yep.
It's not as easy.
Genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah.
And
you could do it. It's doable if you have the patience and you have the skills, and you pay attention to what you're doing. But it's not all as easy as people. It's not like, oh, I just push a button, boom, out comes a gun that runs like a Glock.
Yeah, it's 3D printing. There's a lot of stuff. It's when you think about what processes have become easier over time. And, you can't even say 3D printing is as reliable as like an inkjet printer or a toner type printer. It's not that reliable. You still have to understand you have to be more of a technician as opposed to a user.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too, when you just mentioned, Hank, a great subject that I believe wholeheartedly, and I think that includes AR-15s. I know that's going to make a lot of people mad. People piece them together and whatnot, but I see a big difference in a mil-spec rifle versus your something just slapped together by someone inexperienced, and it's definitely not on the level of DillSpec, even in the same playing field.
Oh, shots. That sounds like boop, 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 boop. Shots fired. Shots fired. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. The real NOC gave us $5. He says, "Yo, Freedom folks, we need to all seriously support gun companies, orgs, good politicians, and each other. We have real enemies, and it's not each other." That's from the real NOC.
Amen.
Amen, real NOC. I need to get some training from you.
Agree with that.
I plan on supporting Safety Harbor Firearms.
Yeah.
Damn straight. Is there any update on his lowers, by the way? I hate to change the subject.
They do have some stuff. I see he's in the chat. He says, Safety Harbor Firearms says skills. Who needs that? He's in the chat right now. So there you go. I agree with what Kevin is saying. We all need to somehow try to support each other. Look, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not supporting everyone. So
No?
I'm not guaranteeing everyone 100% my support.
Did Lola just have a sigh relief? She went like,
yeah. That's not going to work, but I will. but I will support a lot of folks out there. I think in general, there's a lot of good people out there, a lot of good companies, and this fight is a serious fight. But and also a thing that I want to say, in respect to what NOC said here, is that support should be a two-way street. You know, so we need to support the companies and the folks, and the folks and the companies need to support us. So I think that, so I'm going to go back to his statement, which I do agree with here. He says we all need to seriously support gun companies, orgs, good politicians, and each other. And I would agree with that. And it needs to be reciprocal. Or reciprocated. Or a two-way street, if you want me to, bust it down for you. We all need to be able to support each other. That stuff needs to... The politicians out there, the good ones that we support, need to realize that we're supporting them. And they need to stand up and have a spine for us. Same thing with the companies. The companies need to not only just take our money, they need to, do some good things with some portion of that money to fight for an industry that they are also in. The organization's the same thing. I'm down. I support lots of different organizations here, as many as I can. I would say that a lot of organizations don't necessarily support back. Not just me, but lots of folks out there, right? So that whole thing needs to be reciprocal. That if we see good people like Kevin Dixie, who's out there working really hard, doing a lot of good things, I would like to see some of the companies, instead of putting lots of strings on folks like Kevin Dixie or whoever else, and I'm not trying to say that anyone is doing that, but I know that it happens, just go to a dude like Kevin Dixie and say, okay, what can we do for you? Okay? What is it you need that we could help you with? And if it comes down to writing the dude a check, write the dude a check and let him do what he's already been doing and move on.org. You know what I'm saying? Just let him do that particular thing and keep it running, because there's too many strings that are getting attached to stuff. And the only strings we should have with each other is that we're all in this fight and we're all doing it and we're all out there. But other than that, it just... I think it's... When I look at what's going on, I see, unfortunately, too often, only certain aspects of what's going on here get supported, and we all give our support wholeheartedly, and it doesn't come back the other way. This is something that I saw going on with, like, Black Rifle Coffee. I think that we all supported Black Rifle Coffee. We all thought they were cool. We were all down with them. And then we came to find out, unfortunately, like, they're only down with the uppity ups and the elites in their world, which, look, the elite dudes in their world deserve something, but everyone is on the backs of everyone else. So if it's a pyramid and you're that elite dude on the top of the pyramid, you're able to do that regardless of, if you're in the Army and the Marines or whatever it is you're doing, because of all the other people below you supporting you, including just the citizens of America who pay taxes. And we all just need to remember that kind of stuff when we're doing all of this, And it sucks to see that just a few people get chosen, and I'm not trying to knock any of those people. It's great. For whatever it is they did.
I gotta answer something here. I don't know
Sure.
if Richard Maunders making fun of my attempted kidnapping of John Crump, but all I gotta say is he got into my van. It did say free candy and free ammo. He got in willingly. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Right. we haven't seen him since.
No, John did a show tonight. He's looking good. He didn't seem to have any ill effects. He does have COVID right now.
He has
I didn't
COVID?
give it to him.
Okay, was it? Yeah. What do you mean you didn't give it to him? You guys are all in New York. How do you know? Where'd you get it from? The pigeons? The sewer rats? Who gave it to you? Are you quarantining yourself now?
I'm.
Well, you already had it. You already had it, right?
Yeah, I had it in December, late December.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm still immune.
Yeah, I hope John gets better, soon. Respect out to him out there. He's doing a lot of work and dealing with a lot of things also. So, and by the way, and shout out to Richard Monder out there over in jolly old England. I thought LV Louis Cipher was going to sleep. He's still hanging out there, man. Seriously.
He says hashtag rape ban.
He can't. His LV Louis Cipher's like, I can't quit you. If you know that reference, don't. Yeah, DillSpec's trying not to laugh. He's like, oh, I don't want to. I don't want anyone to know. I know what that means. Oh, Richard Monder says that's why he's asking, because he's sick. So, yeah, you know, we're all gonna catch a cold. We're all gonna get a flu at some point or another, and this is a very virulent version of it. So, you know, I mean, right now the what's really kicking my butt health wise, if you guys want to talk about health, allergies. Wow.
You don't take Claritin?
I'm taking something that Lola gives me for that, but these allergies are particularly strong.
You have somebody that knows meds.
Yeah. You know, and Shooting Gallery and he says, wow, you hang out with Crump and not me. That's messed up.
Thursday, man. Thursday in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Night Train definitely watched the movie. So there you go. I just popped that up there. So, anyway, listen, this whole support thing, I hope that we all do get together here and support each other and figure out some ways to fight back and push back against all the stuff that's going on out there, because, you know, it's going to get rough. Kathleen Music Lover says Brokeback Mountain was better than Star Wars. And right now, at this time, I actually can't argue that.
Wait. If they're talking about that, what was the Han Solo movie's name? Was it called Solo?
All of Star Wars is, you know, as the guy said in The Godfather, you're dead to me. I'm done with Star Wars, man.
Hey, all I gotta say is during the Solo movie, I was so happy that things exploded in the end. Otherwise, I would have woke up in the morning at the theater.
Yeah. It's all terrible. That stuff is so... I did enjoy The Mandalorian, but I'll never be watching that again. Yes. I canceled my Disney subscription, Disney Plus, canceled it. Made them refund me my money. What?
I never had a Disney subscription.
So you were bootlegging it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet stuff's free on the internet. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, yeah.
Free speech.
Nothing's ever free. Nothing's ever free. That's the one thing I was telling you. Nothing's ever free. Okay, so let's see. What other things do we have going on here? What other... LV Louis Cipher says, I'm recovering from a major asthma exacerbation from last week. Yeah. We're going to all stop looking at TV. Len Holt says, now Sesame Street is now a problem. Sesame Street has been a problem.
I think it's the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
I think the old men are too white, or is that Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Probably both. Brian... So I'm going to get some comments from the folks out there in here. By the way, please smash those thumbs ups, okay? Let's see if we could get, just for the amount of money that I'm spending on the data to get this podcast across to you guys, I should see those thumbs ups getting smashed up. Okay, because it's costing me a small fortune. I carry my revolving single action. Hank, did you hear that Chicago wants to ban GTA because of rising carjacking? These people are insane.
So the video game. So if they ban the video game, I'm you know what? Just as Colorado made pot legal, I believe the states are 50 experiments in democracy or republicanism, however you want to say it. Ban GTA and do the statistical analysis and tell me that, carjackings go down.
Yeah, before I give my opinion, I want to see what Dylan thinks about that. Did you hear about this? Chicago banning Grand Theft Auto, the video game?
To be honest with you, I saw a headline of it, but I didn't look into it because, these days, to put my mind at ease, I've kind of put the news in the dumpster a little bit.
Yeah.
To be honest
center
with
your camera a little bit if you can. Sorry, just center your camera a little bit more so everyone can see you. There you go.
Here goes this.
You know what I would say? It's like this is the same thing as if there's a high rate of crime amongst black people, and they go, you know what we're gonna do? We are going to get rid of BET and rap music and all that kind of stuff because there's a high rate of crime and these people. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what you're saying. You're saying, but what I believe is that these two things are not the same thing. One is art. So Grand Theft Auto is art. It's a video game, but it's still art and entertainment. And so is rap music or any other thing that's out there, right? So they have nothing to do with each other, you know. And what they should do is let more people legally, the good people of Chicago, have guns, you know. And then I think there will be less of that.
Oh, well, Hank, they can't have that. That'd be so unfair to the the gangbangers out there. I mean, they just want to take people's stuff, and you can't have people just you can't have people just be able to defend themselves like that. You got to be ready when these people break into your house. You got to be ready to feed them, house them, make them part of the strange family. Come on, now.
No, not my house. No.
Damn straight, me neither.
Yeah, not my house.
So Rodney Brady says BET is white owned.
Yes, it is. They bought. Yes, Rodney Brady, as usual. He's on top of it. Where I don't know. I'm trying to see. There he goes. BET's white owned. Yeah. Yes, because the guy who owned it, the guy who looked like Urkel, that owned BET, that's what he looked like. I can't. His name was something Johnson. I can't remember what his name is, but he basically looked like an old Urkel. If you ever look it up. Was it Robert
Urkel
Johnson?
Look like today?
Urkel, I heard, is buff. I don't know, but so yeah, that guy sold it. He sold it.
Does Bloomberg own it?
Okay, I'm gonna put up what Real NOC put on there. I'm just gonna throw that up there. He says he got his first prostitute on Grand Theft Auto. The one thing that you should be thankful for, this is how you know video games are not real and they're art, because I guarantee you that prostitute on Grand Theft Auto didn't actually smell like a hooker. I guarantee you that.
Wait.
So be thankful that you know.
What hookers smell like?
It's a long story that I don't think Lola's probably not going to want me to get into it, but unfortunately, I never did anything like that, but I do know because it's a sad long story of how I know that, and it's a thing I don't want to know. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Somebody that won't have you on their video channel anymore.
Say that again.
I don't want to. It doesn't have to do with the trip to Vegas and somebody.
No. No. It has everything to do with Miami. So yeah, it has everything to do with Miami.
You were hanging out with Andrew Gillum?
No. One of my friends is really horrible. In the past, a friend that I had was really horrible, and that's all I'm gonna say to you guys. And it's a thing.
Did you watch last night's show?
No, it's not.
What's that?
You didn't watch last night's show with Hank?
Oh, I watched some of it.
Oh, yeah. Why?
Did you know Hank is not the strangest strange?
Oh yeah, the Vampire Brothers. I did see. I did catch that. Yeah, I did catch that. You know what? Honestly, I would take that over some of the communists in my family. I mean, but what's normal these days? I mean, what's normal?
Is Anonymous conservative or what?
I mean, he's a gun guy. He just comes alive at night.
Yeah. Listen, to each his own. We've all got weird things, in our families. You just got to deal with that. It is what it is. Yeah. But it was funny to me every time. I was even thinking about that after the show. I was like, oh man, I can't believe I actually lived through that. And everything I told you guys was real. Everything I told you guys happened. LV Louis Cypher says, I hope you all are happy you woke me up. How do we wake him up? Yeah.
Well, you're doing sleeping during our show.
Yeah, Chris Bullis says hookers smell like Hank skid marks. No, way worse. Way worse. So
wait.
Are we going to have this? First of all, let me make sure we're going to have this conversation. Dylan, do you want us to have this conversation? You're. I don't want to ruin you.
Hank, you're not gonna run. You're not gonna break me, bro. Go on with it.
Hunter?
So for prostitutes, the body has self-defense mechanisms built in, and if you're actually out there having Richard Hughes took off his thing, if you're actually out there doing it that much, your body has self-defense mechanisms that kick in to kill all the stuff that's going into your system, and it don't smell good. Let's just put it that way. Okay?
Right.
Doesn't smell good at all. And it's a smell that you don't ever want to know.
Dylan's are taking notes.
And it's a pretty terrible thing. I advise everyone out there to stay away from prostitutes. Except if they're on GTA, it's safe. It's okay. It's all good, But in real life, don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. It smells worse than skid marks.
All right, so Chris Bullis said hookers smell like Hank's skid marks, which begs the question.
No, I would say, from personal experience, I would say no. If I had to smell one over the other, I would take my own skid marks over. That's how bad it is.
Hey, God, I value your fatherly advice.
Yeah, if I know we slipped into a birds and the bees conversation here.
Dude, hey, it don't bother me, man. I'll tell you this, man. I like learning from you. You've been around a lot longer than me. Learning from other people. That's how I go.
Yeah. No, stay away from prostitutes. And while we're on the subject, Dylan, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
That's right. That's right.
But you can turn a cougar into a housewife, and Dylan's trying.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yes. No, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Nothing wrong with cougars. Cougars are actually pretty cool. I would tell you this. If you had a choice between, like, how old are you, Dylan, now? What are you, 22, 23?
23.
Okay, you're 23 years old. So let's say you had a choice between 23-year-old girl or woman, 23-year-old woman, let's say, and 43-year-old woman. I would say go with the 43-year-old.
That's stretching it a bunch for me.
I'm just saying.
She's gonna have to be DillSpec for her to be.
The 23-year-old chicks out there, man. Unless she's really super special.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
If you'd have told me 32 or 33,
listen, 43 is still good. 43 is still good. Women, first of all, it's true that women do mature faster than men when they're at the same age. But I think women are really coming into their being. When at that age, they're just getting a good grasp of a lot of different things at that age, and they're more appreciative. I think they would be more appreciative of you versus a 23-year-old chick that's like, hey, where's the big house? I want a big ring on my finger.
100%. 100%. It's like off the movie Norbit. When you going to the Rib Shack?
Yeah. Rock with a 43-year-old, man. That 43-year-old chick will take care of you, son. She will warm your towels. When you get up in the morning, your towels will be nicely warmed. There'll be like breakfast made for you and everything. She'll show you how to pay your bills and balance your checkbook and
I need help with all that stuff.
Yeah, 23-year-old girl can't do nothing for you, man.
Oh, all right.
Hey, no argument with me. That's why I have no game with girls my age, and I 100%. I don't give a shit.
Walter, this is from Walter, the sage of Safety Harbor. Walter says
50 caliber guy.
Yes, Walter says the 43-year-old will rock your world, and I'm telling you, it's true.
Damn straight.
It's true. When I was your age, I was doing that kind of craziness.
It's cradle robbing.
That's right.
When I was your age, I was involved in some situations, probably when I was younger than you. Because I think I met Lola when I was like around 24 and Lola was 22. But when I was like around 19, I'm telling you, man, I would take between a 23-year-old and a 43-year-old, I'm down with the 43-year-old. Even now, even though I'm an old dude. Those young chicks, man.
I like 33. It's a nice medium for me.
Yeah, Dad hates you says she'll pack you a lunch.
That's right.
Yeah, Richard Mondo says 45 to 70 is good for cougars.
Or marrying to get into the country.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's where my line is. If you're old enough to be my mom, no. That's
Well,
yeah.
for me, 43 would for some. My mom's not much older than that, so I mean,
No, but no, you have to come into a proper zone in that category. You know what I'm saying? You have to come into a proper zone in that category. So if it's like I don't know, like maybe 10 years younger than your mom, it's all good.
oh, 100,
Yeah,
100%,
all
no,
good.
no
Yeah,
argument. That's what I
yeah,
like.
yeah. Shooting Gallery NE says Dylan take some notes. And
I
42
got
Chilled
the,
says Halle
I got
Berry
the
is
pen, I
54
got the
Dillspec.
pen and pad paper right here
Yeah. Uh,
with my Kel-Tec pen.
yeah. Safety Harbor says 33 will work too. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
At
You know,
33 years, see, look, a 23-year-old she's so hot to trot, right? She's so beautiful and young and fresh that
not to
like
me.
but this is the problem. Like everyone's just doing stuff for them and they have no respect for you. Like you're now just
100%.
competing with other guys. Like, what kind of ring can you get? Blah 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 blah. You know. Okay, I'm gonna read. I can't even read this with a straight face. The real NOC, Kevin Dixie said, over 50, they aren't cougars, they're saber tooths.
Oh
42
man.
Chilled says Halle Berry is 54. Tell me you won't hit that. You know what? Truth be told, I would take 54-year-old Halle Berry over 23 or 24-year-old Halle Berry.
I would too, especially with how she shoots that MPX.
Yeah, she knows how to train dogs. She understands some kind of discipline. She might still be liberal, but she's old enough now to realize that that is not getting anywhere. You know what I'm saying? A 23, 24-year-old chick, she still believing the nonsense. She's still out there. Just take a look.
Oh,
Look at Gina Carano, for example, right? That's in the news right now. I don't know how old Gina Carano is. She's probably in her 40s, right? Someone could tell me how old she is. But even though when she was younger, she was kicking asses and all that kind of stuff, amazing, kicking all the asses, I think she's way, even when I look at things versus her when she was younger versus older, way better. Dudes, so for the flip side, for the ladies out there, guys don't work this it's not. I don't believe the same thing when it comes to dudes necessarily. Real NOC says, older the berry, the sweeter the benefits.
I need to get some training from the real NOC. He's the man. Gun,
Someday.
gun
Yeah.
training and life training.
He'll
Is
steer
that
you right.
included? That's right.
Someday I want to have a drink and smoke a cigar with Kevin Dixie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell of a guy.
You could do it. He's got an event coming up. Kevin, tell them about the event. Everyone's welcome to go show up at that event. I'm going to be there as long as they have parking for the van. I'll be out there. Yeah, see, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, as an older dude, am I older and wiser? Let me ask myself this question.
No, ask Lola.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a good judge of that. I don't think. I think that. Let me see. Definitely, young men are kind of, not a lot of young men are as responsible as you are right now, Dylan. I could sell that. Like, even my sons are 20 and 21-year old. And I would say you're probably a little bit more responsible than them. They're good kids. My kids are good, and they don't give us any troubles or anything like that, and it's all good. But I think that you are probably a little bit of an anomaly for a lot of kids in your age category today.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, so if a dude is good when he's young, he'll probably get a little bit better as he gets older. But there's a limit to dudery. We're gonna pretty much, like, whatever dudes are born in that zone, we kind of like die in that zone roughly. I think. I don't know if people think I'm right or wrong about that out there. So John Doe says, I wouldn't touch Hollywood people even if they come with a free ride to Disneyland.
But why would you want to go to Disneyland?
Yeah, Safety Harbor Firearm says younger ones like to play mind games. Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah. Gunmetal Guys USA says Carano is more like it. You know who her boyfriend was? I don't know if they're still boyfriend and girlfriend. Superman.
Christopher Reeve?
No,
Not
no.
Christopher Reeve.
Seriously?
I'm sorry.
I mean, when
school.
Christopher Reeve was off the planet, she was like maybe 15 years old.
What's the guy's name? Why
What's
can't
the-
I think of it?
What's
Because
the
he's
current
conservative.
Superman dude? Yeah, what is that Superman guy's name? Someone will tell us. But that was her. If you look it up, you'll see. That was her. I don't know. I believe that Gina Carano is actually, she's actually freely available out there in the dating world. Doesn't mean that you guys are gonna get anywhere. But I carry my revolver in single action. Says, why are conservative women hotter than liberal women? I think because they can actually do something for you. They could bring something to the table. For the most part. There's some fake conservative people out there. Let's be honest about that.
Right.
So, and it's not, to me, I don't know if it's everything about conservative. Like, I think, I like independent people. So, like, with Lola, one of the things I like about Lola, she doesn't need me for any reason. Doesn't need me for any reason. That is very attractive.
It's just because she loves you so much.
Yeah, you've gotta work for it now. At any moment she could be kicked to the curb. So when I met Lola, her boyfriend was freaking Wall Street stockbroker, dude.
Really?
driving a 911 Porsche and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah.
Some tall, dark, and handsome dude apparently, but he didn't have the gift of gab, so. That's why he's not here.
Uh-oh. I need to get a few drinks in Lola, and I want to hear this story.
Yeah. Real NOC says he would love to meet you guys. I mean, I think she'll tell you that. I definitely had. I'm pretty sure that I was better looking than the guy, but from what I hear, he's supposed to be, tall, dark, and handsome type of dude. And then an Indian guy came along. Because I remember one day talking to one of her friends, and she was like, and she said a derogatory word about Indians, which I'm not going to get into right now. But she was like, oh, I heard you're dating some Indian guy. I was right there. I was like, yeah, thank you very much. That will be me.
Wait. Did you have the British accent when you met Lola?
No.
No, that was gone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lola never got to enjoy my... I think Lola will be more respectful. And if I had a British accent right now, I think I would get more, props from Lola with a British accent. I think she would be nicer to me.
Monder.
Huh?
Let it come back.
I don't need Richard Monder. I could do my own British accent if I need to. Let's see. Let's see what else. Chris Bullis says Gina Carano is 38. Carano is 38. So there you go.
All right, so is Angelina Jolie...
Yeah, Henry Cavill, and he's British, yes. Go ahead.
Is Angelina Jolie a socialist? Because, let's see, 42 Chilled says she's 45 and shoots.
Can I tell you something? I think you're better off with the Miami prostitute than Angelina Jolie. That's my personal opinion. And I already said don't mess with the prostitute. So Angelina Jolie, no. You don't ever put your pee-pee in crazy. Okay? You
But
stay
it's
away
fun while
from
you're doing
crazy.
it.
Remember Angelina Jolie remember that guy that was her boyfriend? The sling bullet. Was it the sling bullet?
Yeah, what's his face?
Yeah, they had vials of each other's blood.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't do that. You don't. No.
Oh.
No.
See,
you don't mess around
Shooting
with
Gallery
that.
New England didn't know you had a British accent. I think he's out of the Strangerholic fan club.
Yeah, I did have a British accent when I came to America.
I'm going to say this, too. Everybody brags about that Prince. I don't mean to go off on a tangent here, but I'm going to speak freely. Everybody brags about that Prince, about saying, oh, that Princess Meghan, look at how nice looking she is. Well, she made him sell all of his guns to get married to her. That was one of his things. So I think the prince or whatever, I think he is
Yeah.
a pussy.
Right. Okay, I agree with you, but also he's not that good looking.
Right.
So
I'm with you.
Right.
I mean,
You
I'm
got
a
something-
dude, but he's not that good looking. His brother is better looking because his brother looks more like Princess Diana. So I would say if you had to have a looks contest, I'm not saying none of them are amazing or anything like that, but the older brother looks more like Diana. I don't know if that that one got the genetics or whatever from the bodyguard, as Walter's always telling me. But yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I wouldn't mess with Angelina Jolie. No,
I wouldn't either.
no. And I wouldn't mess with that. I'm not giving up my guns for anyone, so that's a no.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I will not compromise that.
Yeah. Dan Hates You says, Hank, you could get away with more lowbrow humor if you had a British accent. Really? You think so? I don't know.
Well, if he had the British accent, we would have a good person to debate Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
We'd have to set
Lola's
that
coming
up.
in the van.
Nope, I just need the phone.
Oh, she just
Oh,
came.
she's bringing food.
No, she just came. Thanks for making all the noise. Yeah.
Oh.
Safety Harbor Firearms says she's not good looking either. No one in that situation is,
All I got to say, if I was home and Terry came home and made all sorts of noise and I made a remark about it, you would not stop. You would hear the yelling in Gainesville without any electronics.
Oh. Well, I mean, you got to put your Mac down. That's all I can say to you, Richard Hughes. You got to put your Mac down. Either that or just capitulate to the fact that you got no Macness going.
Oh, yeah?
And just be happy that Terry lets you get on the podcast.
That's why I'm hiding out in New York. No Terry.
Yeah. When I met her,
Terry-
she was like, yeah, he's always on that podcast with you guys. But listen,
You know what? I laugh about it, and I do believe it's true. You never know when you're going to meet that someone. I like being single, and I always make jokes about it. But hell, it's liable to hit me in a couple of years, and I won't be laughing. I'll just hope I have all the everything I need in my collection.
Mm-hmm.
So can we do a pool on when DillSpec's getting married?
A pool of when he's going to get married.
Yeah, like a betting pool.
What's the range? What's the time range from when to when? Like, is it from 6 months to 20 years? What's the range?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, from 6 months to 20 years, everyone right now posts exactly when they think MilSpec is getting married. I'm going to put mine in here.
Yep.
I'm going to put mine in the chat so it's saved for the pool, and then I'll read what everyone's prediction is of when he's getting married. So here's the thing, if you just joined us. When is DillSpec, or Young Dylan as I like to call him, getting married? Time frame between 6 months from now and 20 years from now.
So the bonus is you got to get, it's going to be Price is Right rules. You can't go over. And the bonus is if you guess how many years older the Mrs. DillSpec will be.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait. How many years older? Okay, so I got to put that in there. Everyone's putting up their times in there, and I'll throw that up. Yeah, let's see. Len Holt wants to know how old you are.
23.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Here we go. I'm putting everything up there. I'm gonna say she will be 7 years older.
Hey, I thought the exact same. I'm not even kidding. Like,
yeah,
that'd be about perfect.
But I'm outside of the time frame. I'm saying 21 years. I don't think he's doing it.
21 years.
you
So that
just-
would make me 44.
Yes.
Though
Right, somebody's gotta bet $1.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I don't feel like you're the easy marrying type. That's
You're correct.
yeah.
Let's I will say this:
I think he's the play the field for a long ass time type.
I gotta drag it out.
Oh,
until I
Walter says
retire.
3 years younger. Walter says your wife will be 3 years
Wow.
younger.
Really?
But he
Well,
didn't say
if that was right now, that'd be a problem.
20? 20. 20 is legal. You're in Kentucky. What's legal in Kentucky? 17 or something, right?
A lot of people in Kentucky go by dog years, so just go ahead and get that joke out of the way. I mean,
I didn't say that, Kentucky. That was Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan
Well,
said that.
it's better just to confront it while it's there, because in some parts of Kentucky that is true.
Len Holt says 2 years. She will be 3.8 years older. Firearm Fanatic is changing his. And he says you get a woman pregnant in his 30s.
Oh shit! That's like one of my biggest that's one of my biggest nightmares. Like next to
losing all your guns.
Yeah, I used to have a dream that I was confronted in a parking garage and my P365 had a broken firing pin, so I throw it at him. So now I'm carrying a 43X. And I'm hearing Mac in the background going, throw that piece of shit.
I warned you. Should have got a CZ. Oh boy.
But I'm being dead serious. I hope that doesn't happen. Damn.
Yeah.
You got to read Firearm Fanatic. He says his muzzle cover will slip and he will have a necklace.
Well,
the fanatics, the Fanatic brothers, man. I don't know what to tell you. By the way, smash the thumbs ups if you're enjoying this. I think this is a good conversation. I think that listen, these days, man. First of all, let me just explain something to you. I recommend that dudes out there don't get married. Don't get married. It's not for everybody.
Is Lola still in the van?
No, she's not in the van, but she knows that. I'm not the marrying type. Lola's the only person I would have ever married in my life. If I never met Lola, I would not be married right now. So
absolutely.
What advice do you give your sons?
I tell them don't get married.
Really?
Yeah. What is the point today? If all the stars align and you meet the right person, huh?
Because they need to give half their stuff to some woman and a lawyer.
No. If all the stars align and you meet the right person, and there's things that have to happen for you to realize that this person is really your partner in life. There's a whole bunch of things. You actually have to really be attracted to each other. You have to really be friends. That person you have to do for them and they do for you. It has to be a two-way street. If you're in a relationship with someone who is all about it's Valentine's Day, I want gifts or whatever, and they don't do anything for you, they don't ever give you gifts, what are you talking about?
Oh, you mean that one-way holiday called Valentine's Day? What are you talking about?
Yeah, all that kind of craziness.
Or anniversary? The one-way holiday called My Anniversary?
No, if you get married to a person that it's your anniversary, but you guys are not broke, but you've got things that you're trying to do and accomplish, but they don't understand, so you have to somehow go into debt to buy them something, that's not cool. All that kind of stuff, that's not what you should be getting into.
I was out of town for Valentine's Day. I usually get an expensive bouquet because there are no cheap good bouquets in Palm Beach, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. I was at Costco. I picked up 2 dozen roses for $18. Mm-hmm. My wife she's like, you spent too much, because she knows the place I usually get flowers for. So yeah, I made sure she had flowers in a card before I left.
No, that's nice. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't do nice things. You should. Right? But it should be reciprocated. Is it reciprocated? Does your wife do nice stuff for you? Does she take care of you?
She tells me to buy guns.
If you're taking care of each other and looking out for each other, I think this is the important thing. But you could see that all through. So when I met Lola, I would go to get gas, and Lola would get out and either try to pay for the gas or pump the gas. And
wow.
This chick right here, man. We would go out to dinner. Sometimes Lola would buy dinner. And
that's very attractive quality.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy, I believe, if I'm not going out to dinner with you broke, so I'm going to pay. But there's women out there that are going out to dinner with you and they're broke.
Right.
So if you're both broke, you should be understanding of each other. Like if I didn't have money, Lola was totally understanding. She would still come back to my place, would get some
Eat ramen
groceries.
noodles.
Yeah, we'll cook up stuff. It was all good. This is how I knew. Oh, I could like rock and roll with this chick, and that's really
Well,
important. Versus like one time a friend of mine took me to meet a girl, and this was the first time I was meeting this girl. I didn't even really want to do any of that. But she said to me, "Don't ever come back here again unless you bring me something."
whoa.
And I was like, "Oh,
Oh, I bet that was the last time.
yeah." I was like, "Oh, congratulations! You're never
So
gonna see me ever again."
I was
So,
working in Manhattan, and one of my friends was dating, and I think he was dating off of
mhm,
Craigslist or something.
mhm,
And so the girls that went on dates started getting names, and there was this. He was dating what came to become known as Hungry Girl. I think she
mhm,
was bulimic,
mhm,
and she would like make dates with guys, tell them what restaurant she wanted to go to.
mhm,
After dinner, after the dinner was finished, she would disappear in the ladies' room, where I think she was making room for the dessert that she was going to make you pay for.
mm. No, that's
So,
terrible. Yeah, Chris Bullis says his wife's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to Mrs. Bullis out there. Happy birthday to you. You are very fortunate and lucky to be married to such an awesome dude, and I'm sure he's equally lucky to be married to you. So, um, and LV Louis Cipher put some stuff in there. I'm gonna let you guys read. I'll throw that up there. But yes, it's not worth it to get married, especially now. It's not like, listen, marriage is like
I
a
can't read it. What
business.
does it say?
He says,
uh,
hold on. He says, I'll tell you what he said. Hold on, since you can't see it here. He says exactly prenup. I'm suing my ex, who was my ex-wife, who wanted to remarry me, fiance, business partner, and landlord. Yeah, yeah.
And I'll say this too, like I'm not trashing marriage. I'm just saying like
Hmm.
I'm the kind of guy I like to prove myself to people. So I feel like, Hank, like when people get to know me as like friends, they tend to like me more because they know how I am and they know
Hmm.
I got their back and whatever. But like I feel like if I just dated someone a long time, like I would feel the need to always want to work for it.
Hmm.
But I feel like if I got married, I would get lazy and take things for granted.
Hmm.
Because it's kind of like like my parents do a lot. My parents do a lot for me, and sometimes I catch myself where I take them for granted because they do so much for me. I'm a blessed
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
You
oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're dealing with someone that is more interested in the institution of the relationship or marriage or whatever, than like being your friend and helping you out and helping you to accomplish things and all of that, then to be honest, most people probably just shouldn't get married and they should just have relationships and it goes where it goes and then they move on. When you meet someone that you're like, hey, I can't live without this person. I want to make sure that they're okay and I want to do things for them and help them get what they want out of life. And then you're reasonably sure that person feels the same way, then, maybe you do that, but I don't think it's a thing that you go into um easily. And for a lot of guys out there, especially if you're a guy that's professional, you got your own money, you got money and all that kind of stuff, you're like, why are you getting married for? You don't need to,
Well, I'll tell you what. I kind of lucked into it. Hank, how old were you when you had your first son?
Um, how old was I? Good question. I think I was probably 27 or 28 years old.
Okay, that's a good age because
Hmm.
you're not too old. I mean,
Hmm.
I got married to Terry, and she already had a 5-year-old daughter.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you, I have so much fun with Skylar.
Hmm.
Skylar is, stink load of fun.
Hmm.
And, getting married and having a family, I think having kids is, I never realized what it would be like. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some tough times, there were some tough
Hmm.
years. But once Skylar became more adult and having fun conversations and talking about life and stuff like that, it's I think that's a great part of it.
Yeah, I agree with. Look, the best thing I ever did was get married, but I just don't think it's for everyone, and people shouldn't go willy nilly into it Some people get married 5, 6 times. By the third time, you should realize it's not for you. And my kids are the most valuable thing that I've ever been associated to. My personal beliefs are that I don't really believe in ownership over people, right? I don't think that we own each other. We just may be responsible for each other. So I think I'm responsible for my kids. But that's the best thing I ever did. I enjoyed the whole thing. I enjoyed making them, raising them. I enjoy the fact that they're grown up, and like you just said, now we can have conversations as adults and stuff like that. So I don't regret any part of that. I just think that it's not necessarily for everyone out there. So, you're making a lot of noise, woman, and I'm still going here. Yeah.
Nobody heard the noise till you mentioned it.
Okay, can you hold on for a second for this? Okay, and plus it's now cold in here. Now it's cold in here. Okay, so anyway, listen. It's 9 o'clock. We got to wrap this up. Still making noise. I apologize to all the people for the noise here. But Lola can't text me because she has my phone. Gunmetal Guy USA says marriage is for procreation only. If you believe because of your religion that you shouldn't have, that you should be married to have children and all that, I'm with you. I believe in religious freedom, but I personally do not believe in abortions. So if you have sex before you get married and someone gets pregnant, me personally, I would take responsibility for that and raise my kid.
Same here.
You don't have to be with the mom. You just need to respect the mom. You should never, even if she's a terrible person, you should never let that reflect to your children, because it really destroys them to try to, like my parents, I grew up with my dad specifically trying to be the good guy versus making my mom the bad guy kind of a thing. And when parents are trying to make their kids choose one over the other, it's a terrible thing. I would never do that. Yeah, I would never do that to my children. I love them too much. It's just, sometimes people get married and it makes things worse, I would say. But children are, to me, children, whether you believe in God, intelligent design, the evolution or whatever, children are the most beautiful thing that exists in this universe. And we should nurture them and love them and take care of them, even if they're not our children. This is a thing that makes me mad, when there's people out there doing bad things to kids. They should not exist. So, I would go with that. But listen, let's wrap it up here. Before Richard really gets in trouble. No, well, you're in New York, man. You can do whatever you want to do right now. Nobody's even,
right.
No one's even keeping track of you, and I guarantee you're just not doing anything.
Yeah,
You're not out at the clubs every night.
Nothing's happening here.
Yes, really, truly, I believe it. So listen, let's wrap this up. DillSpec, I heard you got an IG that we all need to go on. What's the deal with that?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. I've been absent lately, but you got to me enough to where I had to cave. So it's DillSpec556, all lowercase, just DILL spec556.
Okay.
And that's me. I'm still learning how to use it and stuff, but
did you follow me back, man?
Yeah.
I just did.
Everyone go follow. I can't follow you right now. I didn't know about this, but I will when I get my phone back. I will go and follow you. Everyone go follow DillSpec556. You got pictures and stuff up there, right?
I just got a cover picture. I'm still learning how to post and stuff.
It's easy. You take your phone, you take a picture of something, you post. You don't even have to. You can write something or not. Don't put hashtags, because that's just gonna, they're gonna use it against you. If you put up hashtags and stuff. So
I've been using our store's Facebook page a ton to post new inventory every day. If you all want to check out Facebook, ECC Guns, everything can still carry at Louisville. I generally do about 4 to 5 posts a day, depending upon what we get in. And I literally put everything we can ship to Florida. If you don't mind, I'll give the number to the store. If
absolutely, go for it.
Just say hi or anything. It's 502-657-8488. If you want to say hi, it's no problem. Just I am quite a bit busy. As long as I'm not super busy, I'm always happy to say hi, and I'm always happy to answer questions and whatnot.
Yeah. If you guys are in Kentucky, please go to the store. It's everything carry.
Everything Concealed Carry or
Everything Concealed
ECC
Carry.
Guns.
Yeah, ECC Guns. Please go there. Help support him. He's a great kid. He helps support us. He's not only coming on the show, he supports folks like myself and other people out there as well. So when we were talking about the support and all that, definitely DillSpec is one of the folks that does that. So go visit, call, buy stuff from there. Be on the lookout. I want a Tech 9, but I don't pay a lot of money for it.
What like what brand? Like Intertech?
Yeah, I
Or
want
just
I want the Intertech Tech 9.
You want the Intertech? We had someone several months ago, like maybe when the first pandemic started, and he admitted it was a jamming machine.
That's
but
okay.
No, I know that, but he brought it in used, but he just wanted way too much. But
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
but if we can get one at a good deal, I will let you know. And
Yeah,
I'm still
if it's
looking
in good
for
shape,
you.
if it's in good shape, we could fix.
Okay,
We could
this
fix
one
up
was kind
certain
of rough,
things.
to be honest with you.
No, then we wouldn't want that. No.
I'm still looking for the Hudson H9, and I'll add that Diamondback 5.7 to the list too. Because to be honest with you, we are not getting as many used guns as we normally get, which I think most stores it's probably that way too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do still get some though, just because the economy is not the best, and which is kind of
people
sad.
are selling stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Smash those thumbs ups up there. All right, let's go to my friend FlyingRich here. How can the folks support you?
I just want to give out my number.
Yeah, this is if they want to come to the party at your house, right? In Islip tonight.
Yeah, my phone number is 352-251-0048. So just call me anytime.
No, that's my number that he's giving out. Don't call me anytime. Text me. You could text me if you want to, but yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Go ahead, Rich. Tell the folks where they can follow you.
You could look at my YouTube channel. There's a chance I might post a video this year. Sometime in the next 6 months, maybe. Post videos.
What is happening to you, man? What is going on? Why is there no videos going up? What happened?
It's called life, man. It's just called stuff going on.
Take care of the priorities, man. Take care of the priorities.
Yeah. If I sell the house, I'll have money and I'll have time to make videos.
Okay, cool, awesome. That's what it's all about.
And when are we going to go to one of those supercar shows? Like Supercar Saturdays or something?
Yeah, we need to. We 100% need to do that, man. I want to go to the overlanding shows. I'm deep into RVs and stuff like that now, but we can go do a supercar show. That'll be cool.
Yeah, so,
I just did a military vehicle show.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm way excited to see the videos on that. I want to hook up with that rabbi. I'm going to become Jewish.
Hey, and Hank, I just want to say too, man. I don't mean to keep you on too long, but whenever SHOT Show does happen again, I got some independence now, so I owe you a dinner and some drinks or something, man. Same thing with you, Mr. Rich. If you're around, man, just let me know. We're gonna work something out next time.
We will do it. We will do it at one show or another. Let me run in the end right now, guys. You guys need to go to hankstrange.com. That's the best way to support us. Also, big thanks to Franklin Armory for supporting this channel and helping us do all of this and pay the bills. Which I don't know that I'm really saving that much here, but it's still fun the way that we're doing it here. So big thanks to them. I'm gonna play the end right now. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us here in the RV, in the van. Make sure you smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified, and leave your comments. We will rip out the audio from this and put it up on iTunes and all the other places that you listen to your audio podcast. There's people around the world, people in India listening to us, Czechoslovakia, Russia, lots of people in Canada, over in England. Richard Munder's not the only Brit that's listening to us. We appreciate and love all you guys for the support and listening to us. Big thanks to DillSpec. You can find him on IG as DillSpec556, and of course my friend Richard Hughes, FlyingRich. Big thanks to him for coming on here, even though he's taking care of the house business over there in New York. Doing it. I appreciate you guys. Who wants the last word?
I do.
Okay, which one's
Crumpy? Crumpy is the last word.
Crumpy. All right, I'll tell you, it's good. It's good. We're out. Peace to Crumpy. We're out of here, guys. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Peace.